next sort of little period look like for you? Got a bit of time off?
It's been good. We had a couple of days where, just get away from each other, which it's nice as much as we love each other. Just, spend a bit of time at home and just be able to relax, recuperate. But yeah, I think as Scotty touched on, we'll attack. We had today, kind of just get back in the swing of things. We had a light workout, just kind of get a feel for being back in here, and then we'll attack these next couple of days. We'll go hard, no excuses. So because we've got the weekend off, and then starting Monday, it's a game week. We have just like we've been doing, preparing for a game. So we'll attack these next couple of days, get better, and then next week it's just back on. So it's just try not to think too much of it as a break. It's good.
You've covered a fair bit of ground in the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
There must be a few sore bodies in the team. How is everyone feeling?
Oh no, everyone's all right. Ultimately, no one's gonna care too much about how you feel, and come game time, you still got to go out there and perform. And I think the coaches staff done a pretty good job of just making sure, managing our bodies going into, knowing we have those long travels, knowing we'll fly into New Zealand at 6 a.m. and flying over to Perth, and we had a couple of days over there to kind of get into the swing of things and get our bodies right. But I think we've knocked most of our tough road trips out of the way. So I guess that's it'd be good that we've kind of been through that kind of rough patch and have set up base here for a little while.
And you're coming up against New Zealand, of course.
Yep.
Had a few tussles with them. How are you feeling ahead of that one?
We had 2 games against them. Even though we got didn't go our way last time, they gave us 30 piece. But we did well. I think with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, I think it was a 3-point game. Both teams kind of struggling. It was back and forth, and they just took control of the game and ran with it from there. So we've played good basketball against them. We played good defense for about 5 of the 8 quarters. We just need to be able to do it for full game. And if you're not on it, they'll punish you, and they showed that in the last time. And we know if we're on top of our game, we'll be in it. It'll be a close game a couple minutes to go, and that's kind of where those are the positions we like to be in.
You touched on it before. Does this break give you a chance to sort of take your mind away from basketball mentally as well as?
Yeah, I think that was especially true for these last couple of days. It's just been so hectic, so full on. I think over the last month we maybe had 6 or 7 trainings just between all the games and travel and things like that. So being able to just take a step back and have some time to yourself and just really recuperate. I think it's big, just as you said, for the mentally, just recharge and get ready to go for this next 2/3 of the season.
You said about a week ago just how good the culture is, how good the culture and the support is and the environment. Yep. What is it? What are the specific aspects you would say makes it a good culture at the moment?
I just think it comes down to the characters we have. We understand that every time we talk to each other or we challenge each other in training or try to hold each other accountable, it's coming from a good place. It's coming from a place where we want to do what's best for the team. So we have discussions in film, we have discussions on the court that, they don't really get out of hand, they don't get heated. We all know that everyone here wants to win, and we all just, trying to put our voice forward in the best possible way. So I think everyone's ability to hold each other accountable and talk to each other, as well as everyone's ability to, take that on the chin and just say, yep, I got you, I'll do better next time. I think just the characters we have allows that kind of culture to thrive. And so, we challenge each other, we push each other without going too far. And I think that's ultimately what it comes down to. And hey, we've got another couple months left where we need that to stand true. And if we do that, we play the games we want to play and play the right way, we'll be okay.
You've been part of a number of teams, Cairns, and seen sort of other organisations. We've obviously seen what's happened at the Adelaide 36ers, but how important is it for that culture and those individual personalities to gel?
I think especially true for us. I don't know, other clubs operate in different ways, but I remember my first conversation with Scott before I'd even signed here. That's what he said. He said, I want to bring guys in who, maybe might miss out on talent, whatever that means, but we're going to have guys that are going to be good guys, good to be around, and being able to be challenged and being able to butt heads, I guess, and not take it personally, which I think we have. And I think that's just the foundations that we build our success on. If we fail or if we struggle in games because someone's just not doing their job, or so we don't really have that margin of error for where we maybe just can give someone the ball and they can go crazy and get bailed out. It's everyone needs to do their job, and I think that's the way we're built. And when we win, we do that, and when we lose, that's usually where we have slippage. So that's just how we're built, and it's been the foundations from day one.
On the back of that, similar question. It seems like everyone's put their ego aside at the Jack Jumpers. It seems like that probably wasn't the case at Adelaide. Can you talk a bit about how everyone has put their ego aside, and I guess how do you see the Adelaide situation and think how sort of blessed you guys are, I guess, that everyone has...
Yeah, like you look over there, and obviously Craig's been an immensely talented player. He showed that multiple times, but for whatever reason, they made the decision, and we don't really know the details about that. But as you said, like we know for us what we need to do to be successful, and that means maybe each of us having to take a step back and maybe do some of the work that's not as exciting or so valuable, and allow others to shine. And I think everyone on this team is asked to do a certain aspect of that. And so, yeah, I think it's just a great environment where, I look to my left, I look to my right, and I know that as long as we win, everyone's going to be happy. No one worries about themselves first, team second. It's the other way around. Everyone's got the Jackies first. How are we going to win this game? And hey, if that's sitting on the bench for 40 minutes and just being a great teammate, giving each other energy and maybe seeing some things and talking to guys on the court, that's what it is. But so I think everyone's got a job to do, and we all know what we need to do to win. And it's a lot of fun when we've had a couple games where it's really worked out for us, and we've showed what we can do when we play 40 minutes of good basketball. So we just need to get to the point where we're doing that a bit more consistently.
On the back of that selfless attitude, you could be in that soon when Will comes back. You could be pushed back to the bench. Who knows?
Yep.
I guess how do you approach something like that? And on the flip side of that, it must be exciting that he's not too far away.
Oh no, it's absolutely awesome to see Mags, getting closer and closer to getting in games. He's been going at training, and just seeing him, just for him, such a good mate, and to see, you can just see mentally how much of a weight is lifted off him now that he's able to be moving around, and he's kind of seeing that the light, I guess, at the end of the tunnel. It's been a long time for him since he's played in the game, so it's just awesome to see. And yeah, as you said, I'm sure he'll, when he gets in there, that's probably going to be me sliding back to coming off the bench. But that's just, as you said, it's just finding a way that I can help the team win. There might be some games where I don't play, and it's going to be, I've still got to be voices, have a voice in timeouts, have a voice to guys when what I see on the court, and I'm sure I'll still be playing a bit and making sure when I'm on the court I'm doing my job, and I just can't have any slippage. So it's just, I guess, that different mindset and adjusting what my role is now and what do I need to do to make sure we get this win.
You mentioned the difficult path Will's been through. How much of a boost do you think in morale that's going to be for the team, and not just him but the team as well when he comes back?
Oh, it's going to be massive. You just hate seeing guys injured, and we had a rough patch, I guess, with a lot of guys. First, Jack, he struggled in the off season, but he kind of got back just in time. Then we see Sammy; he's been back for a couple of weeks now, and it's just awesome to see when those guys are in training and their workload, I guess, steps up and they're participating full time. And it's you're just so happy because you know how hard it is when you're injured, and when you see that sense of relief, I guess, when they're moving around and doing what they do, it's awesome. And I guess as well, especially for Clint and Mags, they bring something so unique to this team. Clint's length and his ability to just hit shots, with over guys, and Mags is, I guess as much as I like to think I am, I'm not as much of a shot blocker or rim presence as he is. But it's just, they all bring something unique that's really going to help going forward. So just from the team perspective, it's awesome to see those guys back out there.
Scott said he's not content with 5-5, but it's not a bad position to be
in.
How do you sort of assess the first 10 games, and do you feel you've shown as a team enough that you can go all the way this year?
I think 5-5, I guess it's pretty, especially from those first 3 games. We're 0-3. I guess you're looking down the barrel, you kind of take 5-5 from there. But I think just the consistency and playing the games we want to play, I think we've done a pretty good job of it. I think since that first New Zealand loss, that's kind of where those first 2 games, we weren't really us. That first New Zealand loss, we kind of saw shades of, okay, when we play our way, especially in that second half, we can, we'll win games. We don't need to panic, we'll be all right. And I guess since there, it's kind of just taken a run. And then, in that the last game against Brisbane, that second game against New Zealand, I think we just let go of the rope for maybe 15 minutes, and we saw what happens. That first half against Brisbane, we go down half time, we give ourselves a hole that we just can't dig ourselves out of, down 16, but we got ourselves a chance, to tie it up and send it into overtime. We just can't have that slippage And like that New Zealand game, that last 15 minutes of the game just got out of hand, and we can't have that happen. So we know we need to play 40 minutes of good basketball, and we know when we're doing that and when guys are doing their jobs, we'll take our chances in those games. So I think we know who we are, and we go into every game expecting to win, and we know if we come out and do the right things, that more often than not we'll be okay.
Last one. Did you get up to anything exciting in your time?
No, nothing too exciting for me, unfortunately. I still had my suitcase full from that trip against Perth, so I just spent all day yesterday doing a bunch of washing and things like that. And then, I've been playing new Call of Duty. I guess that came out, so I spent a bit of time on that. But nothing too crazy. Just getting on top of some life admin, getting in here, getting some shots up. But nothing too crazy.
Quieter at home without Jack?
Yeah, it's a bit quiet. Just don't have someone yelling my name every morning, Bob, which usually looking forward to. But I've got Lloyd, his little brother, in there, so we've still got a McVeigh in the household holding it down. But it's good, but it's awesome seeing those guys. We've got Jack, Chancey, and RC over there representing the country, and we've been looking forward to seeing them play later on this week. So it's sad that they're gone, but yeah, it's good for them, and we're looking forward to having them back.
They'll come back.
They'll come back.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, guys.